What's up, you guys? It's Ronnie with InvestorRonnie.com. Just coming to you guys to connect a little bit. I really did not have a plan to make this video, but I just made the decision to make it, which I guess, will be free-handed, but it brings up a topic to discuss in today's video. I actually am reading a new book called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And pretty much what it talks about is, an experience or time in her life, obviously, in which she or many of us could probably relate to, just being down and out, easily affected by the circumstances we're presented with, which causes us to just feel sluggish, not make fast decisions, and not actually being critical thinkers, in the sense in which you have about 5 seconds in between you're presented with the circumstance and then the time in which you make a decision on which route you should go or you are going to go. She talks a little bit about, those circumstances and how she was actually just watching TV one day and it was a commercial or something else of that sort of a rocket taking off, and they were in the midst of the countdown. And then, she realized how some of the simplest things in our lives could really have such a great impact. And she was in her, time of doubt, worry, distress, and confusion, that she realized that in order to make a difference, that's what she needs to do. Starting with getting up in the morning. That is something I can personally relate to myself. Although, many times I've been on both sides of the spectrum, and, I was really able to get up, early, get more done, and actually feel better as well. And it really is true. And it relates it to some science as well that studies the mind as far as personalities and things of that nature, which states that, there's pretty much a 5-second window in which we decide or do not decide on the proper decision or proper direction we should go, or even make a decision at all. For example, say you're getting up in the morning, you got about 5 seconds in between the time that you wake up, open your eyes, register the situation, and then hit the snooze button and go back to sleep, or, swipe the other way and actually get up and proceed with what your plan or actions were to take for that day. And it just, is crazy, but once you actually think back and think about memories or times when you actually were very precise, very effective in your decision making, and, really just taking things head on, and then another time when, you just felt like you couldn't think, you couldn't even make the right decision. Every decision you was about to make, you second guess yourself with just the things that are distracting us in our minds on the daily basis. And that's where I've been studying law of attraction lately, and that's where your paradigms, which are, the energy supplements inside of your brain that you use to actually think and make a decision on how you view the situation or the decision, the way you think. And so if you really just take things head on, it builds your confidence as well. It just really gives you a better sense of that control and that power that you actually do have to create the reality that you want, or that you desire, that you know really want in your life. And that's pretty much, what's been on my mind lately. And we definitely noticed that there are things we can't control, but I do believe that there is a ample amount of things that we can control, but we don't realize how big that spectrum or that perimeter is. And so we feel like there's so much we can't control that we lose sight of the power that we actually have, in which the small part that we cannot control, we can actually attract that to us. But knowing that if we use the number one rule, which is believe ye in me and everything else will be done unto you, um, whoever your higher power is, then it will be done. It's just been proven through different aspects, through different people, through the Bible. It just supports the facts of pretty much how you think is, what makes who you are, what makes you act the way you act, what makes you be stagnant or make decisions, what makes you who you are, how you are, your personality, your characteristics is all based on how you think, how you perceive things, how you view things. And which comes, it makes sense. But we're so many distractions in the world that you never really take the time to actually focus on things that actually pertain to, you know I would say real life, but it's more so like, my daddy was having a conversation with me um, recently, and he was expressing to me how, I lost my train of thought. He was expressing to me how pretty much, how he views things. He really believes in living in peace and not living in pieces. And so that allows the way he thinks to actually, have the strength and that spiritual strength and structure to where, no matter what's going on, he knows that it will be worked out, and storms only come to pass. They do not stay. So that allows him more frequently than the average to, just be appreciative of life, what he does have, and really, just enjoy breath. And he always uh, has a smile on his face, always has good energy no matter what he's going through. But in the same sense, it attracts, that's what he attracts, because it's just like he was saying, somebody else may be going through something, but his energy and his ability to not, to have the luxury of thinking the way he thinks, puts a smile on someone else's place. And that brings up a quote in my mind, uh, that I say from time to time, that I forgot who it's by, but it says the quality of one man's life is his ability or measure to impact someone else's life, or another life, at a lesser advantage. And so, giving, you should receive. If you give that energy, you give that entity, that uh, frequency, that provides value and provides upliftment to someone else's life, through just, being who you are, or, just, that's just the way you carry yourself, that's your value system, then more abundance will be given to you. But, that the choice of will to really, the choice to make a decision, the choice to be affected by something or not be affected by something, is really something that is so powerful but so overlooked. And I'm a prime example of life obstacles and barriers. You know what I mean? We all make mistakes, and we all encounter different situations and problems in our life. But, you know, it's crazy because they say, it takes time. Through time, you will heal. And then you get older and you're like, well, I'm trying to waste less time because, it's just like, man. But at the end of the day, you definitely have the power to control more of your life than the measures in which you visually see. You just gotta believe, and as long as in your heart you give off those high end frequencies and you strive for greatness and to try and be the best person that you can be, then you will definitely encounter, you know, more peace in your life and more belief. And in the transition, that's the transition. That's the hardest part. That is the hardest part, the transition. But at the same time, the steps that you need to take are just in the simplest forms of life that God created, in which it's just nothing to it but to just do it. Because at the end of the day, actions is the was I would say one of the most important steps, really, because before action takes the mindset to actually develop the courage and the confidence to make those moves and those decisions. Um, but that's what I wanted to come and share with you guys today. I hope all of y'all are enjoying, the life here that we have had the pleasure to experience, and I encourage all of you guys to go after what you want in life. And when I say want, I don't mean just a little quick response on something tangible. I mean, really think about life itself. That's what I've been focusing on, is just when you think about life, like, what is life to you? I really want you guys to think about that. And when you realize what life is to you, or what type of life you vision and what you vision in your mind, then if you feel confident, share that with me in a comment, and just let me know, like, engage with me, man. Engage with me. Let me know what you guys think on maybe a topic I'm discussing, or maybe it relates to something that you've experienced in the past or the present or recently. Could be small situation, big situation, but I would definitely like to hear what you guys feel and think. Um, and give me input. Give me input. Definitely, I do want to provide value, but I am also a student as well. So definitely, you guys could encourage me. You guys could definitely uh, give me some words of wisdom as well. I believe that we need to surround ourselves with like-minded individuals, and we should learn from mentors, and in that sense, I mean, people who I consider mentors, anyone that's actually on the level that you're on, as far as what direction you're going in, or they've already been there. Because you know when you surround yourself with that type of those type of, for the lack of a better term, um pieces in your life, then it's just surrounds you. That energy just surrounds you, man. It's just like, if you read in books, or however you learn, audio, video, to self-educate yourself on being the best that you could be, personal development, then you surround yourselves with people that are in the field in which you are seeking, um, or the feeling or the direction or area of your life that you actually could use to service, in the hospitality. Then you have no choice but to just grow and become more valuable to not only those around you, and to those willing to help themselves, but you become more valuable as as a being, as a soul. You become more valuable. That is, God seen us as value. That's why he, made that sacrifice. So it's like, what gift, what are you gonna do with the gift that you have been given to give back? Or is it just, are you just gonna continue to just say it was meant to happen? Some things I wouldn't say was meant to happen. I would say that they were going to happen. So, it's just how you think. But at the end of the day, share your input. I just want to come and share that with you guys on a new book I'm reading. I'm gonna start trying to make a goal. Um, how many books I could read and things of that nature. Which is crazy because as I was younger, I never liked reading. But it's crazy once you actually do something you haven't done to get a result in which you haven't gotten before, then you learn how it's like, wow, you do like it. You just wasn't giving it a chance to find out what you as a person wanted, or it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But definitely shoot me a comment. Um, Shoot me a request on Facebook if you are interested in connecting with me or want to just provide some value. Definitely. If you're interested in some info on how to start making some money online, then shoot me a click in the description below. That link will be there as well. And until next time, peace. It's Ryan.